Thanks for the follows as well, guys, to everybody who followed during the games. Alright, guys, here we have it. Looks like double scout for game 2. Yo winning the first game. Now here's Mentalist. He's playing as the Byzantines. And then Yo as the Mongols this time around. So it was a civ switch. Very interesting map here. It's a little bit like Oasis where they have the water in the middle. And except the wood does not actually extend around the water. I don't think the shallows really mean anything here. But pretty interesting. The one thing I noticed is, where's the gold? We have 2 pieces here. And apart from that, not seeing too much for these players. 2 pieces here, of course, for Yo. Another small piece out here to fight over. That's all I can see on the minimap. Oh, wait. Okay, this must be Yo's out here. So, in total...
What is your profession?
Thanks, Bogus. Thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it.
Let BBQ Turkmen and you will collaborate.
Yeah, that'll be later today, guys. I might take a break in between because these games started a little bit earlier. I'm not sure yet. Well, I actually will because I will need to eat something. But we will be co-casting some games later today. But anyway, back to the gold situation. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I don't need to go over all of them, but I will. 5, 6, 7, 8. Right here. Pieces of gold in the entire map as far as what I can see. And then there's a decent amount of stone. I don't know who you really favor here with Mongols and Byzantines. They'll probably be utilizing the market a lot. It's a relatively open map. I mean, they could wall it off and try and do a wonder, but I don't see that happening. Of course, Castle Age start. Anything can happen. I already saw the scouts fighting earlier, but I didn't see any units go down. Who knows, guys? Who knows? But as far as the other aspects of the map is concerned, a little bit of deer. You see the 1 boar there for Yo. He didn't actually lure that in yet. You look for at Mentalist base. He did lure in his 1 boar, but there is no other boars on the map. And good point from Europe is that Byzantines, of course, getting that cheap trash must be favored here with the cheap trash because of the lack of gold. But at the same time, Mongols might be... With the quick food, they might have a stronger early game, because sometimes the Castle Age start, you have that idled TC, or idled 2 or 3 TCs if you get the TCs out fast. So I could make a case for either one. Guess we'll have to see. But the 2 scouts from Mentalist coming around here, and they're going to try and pick up some builds for sure. I mean, if you just look, you have 3+3 attack, and the defense upgrade could easily wedge in some villagers, but Mentalist, what are you doing, man? They're not going to go down, but it was very close. Very close. And they're going to find the wood line here and going to go for a villager, and Yo's going to have to go back. The 1 villager. Oh, he's going to fight it. And that's really risky here. If I were Mentalist, I would continue in, and he's picked off a villager, and I think he just lost like maybe 5 HP on his 1 scout. I don't know why Yo chose to fight that. Maybe he was just trying to scare Mentalist away, but that didn't work. I don't know what that was about. The 1 villager down. Vill difference is 1. And actually, Yo shouldn't fight this either. I feel like Mentalist could 2v1 this scout, and he's going to do that and get a couple free hits. Maybe Yo was going for that low HP scout, but Mentalist could out-micro that for sure. Alright, paying attention to the builds, we could see another TC, and there it is from Mentalist. Good spot from him, in my opinion. He has the deer there. Also that wood line. Meanwhile, there's the 2nd TC from Yo. These players are... doing pretty much the exact same thing, and I don't think Mentalist is going to be able to do anything with his scouts here, but as I say that, he might be able to pick off another Vill. He might just be able to delay this TC, and well played for Mentalist. I have to say that he probably was the better player in the other game, but in the Imperial Age, he just did some really weird things. He might go for it again, to be honest, just to delay, but he has to be careful. I would probably want to keep these scouts alive. Hopefully that TC doesn't attack the weak scout, and it didn't. Got a little lucky there, to be honest. He could have lost the scout. But just that little bit of idle time caused is a victory for him, I think. He's 3 villas ahead now all of a sudden because of all of this. And Mentalist has scouted the little lake in the middle. Look at the scouting. It's actually really, really nice. And Yo actually scouted more than him. And I think you can attribute that to the fact that he split up his scouts. versus Mentalist has kept his together to attack, but I did see Yo sending his out different directions. So great scouting from Yo. But I don't know if these players are going to dock for the fish, but it would be nice fishing. I think that after a couple minutes, with the good scouting these players have, they would quickly realize that the other was fishing and they would send in a fire ship. It looks like Yo's ran into the TC. I wonder who would win this fight. I have to say Yo would definitely win. And really good reaction from Yo. I'm guessing there's a little bit of lag. So really good reaction to attack right away. And he's going to trap a villager in and kill it. Wow. Well done. He might even kill this scout here as well. Oh, what good micro there. 1 HP. 1 HP. Go back for it. What are you doing? And then Mentalist could kill that scout on 2 HP from Yo. I don't know. Maybe you can attribute that to the lag now. Who knows? But a couple low HP scouts remaining for both players. Another TC on the left from Yo. We have 3 TCs from Yo, then after that goes up. And Mentalist, I assume, is going up to his 3rd shortly. Right now he's on 2. I actually don't see that 3rd one placed. And to be honest, you don't want to get the 3rd one up too early, because you don't want idle time. That being said, I just saw this monastery deleted, and we might see Mentalist opt to go for that TC instead of the monastery, or he could go for a stable or something. But the setup that these players are using now seems to be boom and attack with knights, or attack with monks, defend with monks. And we've seen this many times before. Mentalist still on 2 TCs, but again, you know, he's just ahead in villagers. He's just plowing ahead in vills. 2 ahead. Oh, did he spot this? Did he spot this? Mr. Yo doing this again, going aggressive. And I kind of like this move, because he's scouted an awful lot of what Mentalist is doing. There's not a lot of gold, so in the late game it could get kind of messy. So Yo's like, I don't want that. I want to end this now. So what's he gonna do? What's his plan? He's sending units over to gold. 1600 gold is a lot of gold, so he can do a lot of damage. This is scouts out here now, splitting them up. Thanks for the host, Buttface. Appreciate it, man. That 1 viewer is gonna really help me out a lot today. I think you're already here as well, so pretty strong. The barracks going up, and I assume, oh, siege workshop as well. Very interesting to go for a smush if he does choose to do that. But we'll see. He could always go with the trash approach himself. Mentalist has yet to scout this. Oh gosh, as I say that, Mentalist is gonna go in, and look at this. He spotted it. That's huge. That's huge. That 1 HP scout changes this game potentially. We talked about it. We talked about how Yo could have picked that off. Mentalist, even if he didn't see it at that moment, he's gonna realize. And there you go. He's building the siege workshop. That is a huge deal. And I think with villagers, Mentalist could fight anything that's here now. But that watchtower's going up. He hasn't spotted that. Look at that as well. I mean, scouting in this game is a big deal. And he's gonna see the tower now. Oh, go back, Mentalist. Yep, he's going back. The spears could actually deal with that knight, the Byzantine's knight. No bloodlines. And that tower is a nicely placed tower. The unit's running away. I mean, clutch tower for sure. And Yo must be on some stone back at home. Yes, he is. That's where that TC was placed. He's going to walk in with more towers. This is actually a very hard approach to stop. Once the 2nd tower gets placed, Mentalist is unable to approach this tower with any villagers or anything. Not to mention that the spears are quite strong against his villagers anyway. And Yo's going to continue to walk in with Crash and probably Mangonels and more towers. But look at this. Mentalist is probably going to go for a defensive castle and just try and buy some time. If he were to, losing a villager there, oh my gosh, a lot of weak vills there as well. But if he were to go for a knight and just pick off this Mangonel, that'd be a big deal. But he needs to push in here. He has his own spears, and that's actually probably a good addition. Don't want to throw away any gold units, especially on a map like this. He could go for his own towers. He sees that tower going up. Is he going to choose to build a counter tower? Well, he's sending out the spears to go for the Mangonel. And Is he gonna go for the Vills or the Mangonel? The Spear Micro is real. Castle Age. Spear Micro. Top players. For money. How weird is this? But look at this. The tower. It's actually gonna play a part here. Gonna almost kill that one Spearman. But the villagers could almost go down. And Yo! Almost killing one of his own Vills with the Mangonel. How often do you see that? Yo almost did that earlier as well. And Mentalist might push this away with his own tower. It's like that was planned. He's like, nah. I don't need to build my tower yet. I'll send my spears out. Yo will almost kill his own villager. And then I'll build my tower. I'll just let him waste some of his stone first. That's the plan here. But Mentalist could go for a castle now. Look how many villas he has on stone. It's obnoxious. But this TC, that's in trouble. And exactly, calculated. Calculated. I say that an awful lot. But you know what? Yo isn't done. He's going to send villas around this side. But he is done. Because Mentalist with the OP patrol, with the 24 HP knight that he still has left, going to catch that one vill. And he might be paying attention. Yo is like, okay, we're going to allow that vill to be sacrificed and send him that way. While we send those guys over there and hope Mentalist doesn't spot me. Mentalist? He's Byzantine, so he could click up shortly. I don't know if he has the buildings. He has the siege workshop. Does he have the monastery? No. University? No. So he will need a castle. And maybe in the heat of the moment he doesn't realize this. He has house as well, and it's a bad house. But I don't know. I don't know. What's he gonna do? Oh boy! We have a mass exodus of villagers leaving Mentalist base, and he's gonna run straight towards Mr. Yo's. He's like, forget this. Forget defense. I'm all about offense. And we're gonna make it rain. We're gonna make it rain. We could build 2 castles. He could actually build 2 castles here. This is awesome. This is awesome. Let's switch to Yo's point of view. And Yo actually can't see anything just yet. His resources are pretty stretched. Just seeing this one villager here. And okay, the thing is, Yo can build his own castle, but he's gonna have to commit a lot of villagers to this because this castle's already on its way up. And there you go. He's gonna have to send more. This is like a wonder race we've seen before. There's no way Yo gets his up. There's no way. He's gonna have to abandon this. He can get it up, maybe, but he's gonna lose a lot of vills. I mean, is it worth it? He's gonna go for a siege workshop here. I guess it is a Byzantine's castle, something I didn't actually think about, but is it worth it? I don't know, because Mentalist can walk right over here and build another castle. This is game-changing. Well played from Mentalist. That castle is in a perfect position, and then Mentalist is just like, dum-da-dum-da-dum, gonna build a castle on your wood line, and you can't do anything about it, yo, because you don't have the stone now. This TC is rendered useless. Any villager that comes out of it is going to be attacked by the tower. Yo, he has like 0 resources to do anything. That battering ram might eventually take it down, but that castle's going to really help, and now Yo's going to have to run away. Back on this side, crossbows coming in from Yo. Mangonel's going to have to come out from Mentalist. He's doing the quick wall, but that's actually still open. This game is insane. We have the watchtower going up now. Mad scramble from Mentalist to put that watchtower up. And he could lose a lot of vills. The vill count's actually quite similar, but Yo did have a lot of vitals, and this could actually be really devastating to Mentalist's economy. Look how open this is. He lost like 5 villagers there. Petards are now coming out from Yo. He might take that castle down. I don't know, but this is crazy. This is crazy. This game. Maybe it was a little bit of a quick judgment on my part to say that Mentalist was going to do a lot of damage, because now Yo is doing a lot of damage and he's sending in knights. Oh, he still has the villagers up here pushing in. Oh boy, Mentalist. What's he going to do now? He's down in vills significantly, and it looks like Yo has actually been able to send his other villagers from the other TC up there, and he's done a good job with that, to be honest. I mean, how are you able to deal with pressure like that? He might even be taking the other castle down. He will pick off a villager here. I almost don't want to focus on that because I need to see what's going on down in this direction. Well, he's going with the Treb because he's just hit... Well, no, sorry. Mentalist is going with the Treb, but the Petards haven't really done anything to that castle. Another castle from Yona on the left-hand side. But the Knights are massing from Yo, and I think he's going to have to push in the Castle Age. And a Mangonel there from Mentalist with a big shot. And this Mangonel will probably go down to the Knights. But this is really, really huge. A lot of map control for Yo with the exception of this area. There's the battering rams that were in that siege workshop. But the Trebs there from Mentalist, I would really like to see him build some houses and walls in front of the Trebs. Just to make sure that his Mangonel and his Trebs are not ranged by these battering rams. But he might even be able to take these out. The battering rams are not paying attention. Push is still real on the left-hand side from Yo. 2 castles here. Villagers, Knights. Mentalist is still hanging in here. It looks like he's cleaned up the crossbows. A lot of idols. I'm going to toggle over to the idle time. 26 minutes in, these guys are over an hour idle time. Pretty insane. Especially considering it's a castle age start. But the push from the crossbows and the Knights underneath this tower. Normally that wouldn't be a big deal. There's like 2 Knights and 5 crossbows. But there's a lot of villagers there. That's a huge deal. And I've seen 1 villager, 2 villagers. We could see 3 go down, but a lot of idle time again. But the Trebs, I mean, even a Cataphract had it in here from Mentalist, and still Yo, it looks like he hasn't pushed his back. There's 2 castles, and with Mentalist in the Imperial Age, he can gut Yo's entire economy, and Yo has done this once before. He's going to do it again. He's going to run out here, and I think this Cataphract is going to be really important for Mentalist because he can see where Yo is going, and the Cataphracts can do a lot of damage to these villas as well. I mean, how often do you see this? Yo is just running away to another town center, which is not a good sign for him. At the same time, Mentalist has to defend his own base. But the good thing for him is he's already in the Imperial Age, and he's defending with castles. And they're Byzantine castles as well. And they're just so tanky. A lot of villas going down here. Mentalist, he's only 5 villagers behind. And he has the Imperial Age advantage. Yo, give him credit. He's all over the outsides, the map, the outskirts of the map. But how much longer can he push in? Well, maybe a little bit longer. The Knights coming in, they do have a lot of upgrades, plus 2 defense, and they could kill some villas here. This is really messy from Mentalist. Ideally, he would have had a castle up here, right? By now, but he doesn't. And that's the one area he's exposed. Right here, there's still towers. He can't even push that direction. Still losing vills. The Knights are coming in. There's a lot of Knights here, and he could lose a lot of villagers. Oh my gosh. He's actually tried to send them all into the tower, but he can only send 5 in at a time. And a lot of vills going down from Mentalist. This is a huge deal. Oh man, just listen to the dead bodies. Mentalist still unable to really hold his economy down, but he might be able to take this castle down in time. I just don't know, to be honest. I don't know if taking the castles down from Yo is really that important. Yo seems to be doing an okay job. Look at this. Yo's actually pushing this back with spears. Can you imagine if Yo is able to win this game? Like, he's still not in the Imperial Age. He might even take this Treb out. Mentalist actually running it back. Mentalist is on the left-hand side with the Treb. He's pushing back into the left side of Yo's economy. Yo's economy is split in half, and look at this. Yo's gonna come out and pick off this Treb now. Insane. That Treb's gonna go down to these Knights for sure. Yo is just starving Mentalist of his resources. I'm gonna go to his point of view, and Yo is not too far away from clicking up to the Imperial Age, but he definitely needs to keep the pressure on. He might just keep piling the pressure on in the Castle Age, but I don't know how easy that's gonna be, considering there's a lot of Byzantine's castles to take down. But he has 20 extra villagers, 22 extra villagers. It's crazy. Crazy. So, you know, with the extra TCs, let's see, 1, 2, and then also the third one here. He's not doing too bad a job. He's sending in more Knights here, and Mentalist, I mean, we talked about the Byzantines trash. He has elite skirms. He doesn't even have pikemen yet. He has 2 spears here. He's just gotten pikemen, but it's 32 minutes. Just shows you how stretched he is. There's pikemen there, actually, and that's going to be a nice upgrade for him. He's finally going to be able to deal with these Knights, but he's still going to lose that Treb. Those Knights, a lot of them are going to be lost, if not all of them, so that's a huge loss for Yo. And maybe that's exactly what Mentalist needed, because Yo has just been sending out a lot of knights and nothing else. And finally, archery ranges from Yo. So Yo with the perfect response. Probably going to send in his own skirms. But one thing I noticed is that we have a lot of battering rams from Yo. So he doesn't seem to be interested in clicking up to Imp. And a lot of knights. That might be his downfall here. I don't know. You know, you have to make a decision. Do I have the time to click up to the Imperial Age? Or do I have to keep pushing in the Castle Age? And it seems like Yo has made the decision he has to keep pushing in the Castle Age, which would make a win all that more impressive. But with the Byzantine's trash, it's going to make it more and more difficult, especially if Mentalist gets the upgrades. And a push is coming in here with the battering rams. The knights below the castle. And Mentalist is going to have to deal with this. He has the TC here, which is actually really helpful, because he doesn't have murder holes, but the TC can fire upon things that are here. That TC is filled with villagers. We have 5 battering rams here. Units are coming over. Mentalist, again, he's down now by 30 villagers. He's just sacrificing villagers to attack the battering rams because he knows this could be bad. But honestly, I think that's a decent choice. But look at all the villagers exposed here. Will the castle go down? 6,700 HP. I just don't know. That's a lot of HP, and there's only a couple knights there, but villagers still exposed. I still think Mentalist is doing the right thing, is to attack the battering rams. But to run this far away from your castle, no. That is just foolish. Look how many villagers could go down just for one knight. And another knight here as well. I don't know. And then the pushback from Yo here. He's taking the score lead. Mentalist just engaging. I don't know. Just a little bit too much with the vills. And the knights here. And Mentalist pushing out with vills here as well. And Yo pushing back. This is really impressive. Really impressive. He's even pushing in here with battering rams and light cav and skirms. Look at the vill count now from Mentalist. I don't understand the choice here. Sure, attacking underneath your TC for the time being. Run back into your TC. Repair it. Castle. Whatever. But to sacrifice the amount of vills he just did. I think these might be vill bodies. These are definitely vill bodies. I don't know what just happened from Mentalist. He obviously doesn't have the economy to get any upgrades for pikemen. He only has +2. He doesn't have halberdier. I don't even think he has bracer on his skirmishers. He just doesn't have the eco for it. And Yo could definitely be on his way to a crazy comeback. All Mentalist really has is the castles right now, holding him in this game, in my opinion. And Yo could be in a position to afford clicking up to the Imperial Age. In fact, I think he was earlier, but I think he's probably thinking about it now since he has the 1k score lead. The skirmisher is just going to shred the pikemen, and that's pretty much all Mentalist has with the exception of a couple cataphracts. And remember, there's not much gold on this map, so maybe Mentalist is thinking, or Yo is thinking, hey, it doesn't matter, this Imperial Age upgrade, like, what is that? Who cares? I don't know. I still feel like the Mongol Hussar would be well worth it. Capturam would be well worth it. He's going with his own pikeman now. And if Mentalist doesn't have any of the Imperial Age upgrades, with the exception of the Treb, then Yo is basically on par with Mentalist. And crazy game, guys. Crazy game. Still the push comes in from Yo here. Mentalist can't deal with it. It just blows my mind how Yo's economy, I mean his economy up here, left corner, right corner, and Mentalist is trying to push out here now, and he's gonna get cleaned up. That cataphract should go down to even his light cav there, because they do have a lot of upgrades. More villagers being thrown away by Mentalist. He's gonna go down to 50 soon, 50 something soon, I think. Mentalist, let's take a look where Mentalist's economy is. Here, he's one villager underneath that TC, and then here. And on the right-hand side, he's battering rams and skirmishers. So if this castle goes down, like, he pretty much has no protection, with the exception of maybe 2 towers. And he's losing villagers to the light cap underneath the TC. He's now at 56, 55. It's going to get to the point where he doesn't have the food to reproduce pikemen and skirmishers and villagers. Like, Yo is pretty much just raiding his way to victory here, it feels like. I don't think Yo is actually worried about the castles at all. I think he knows he's killing a lot of villagers. What it seems like. Now, let's take a look at Mentalist resources. Just look at that. I mean, he's at 200 food. He's really, really struggling. He does have a lot of pikemen, but not going to be able to keep that production up for sure. And it looks like that TC was taken out by a Treb there from Mentalist, which was focused down by some light cav. You can see the bodies, and Yo just doesn't care. He just doesn't care. He's just going to mine that stone until those villagers might die. The elite cataphract. Well, not the elite. Mentalist doesn't have the resources for elite. The cataphracts to clean that up. But 57 vills for Mentalist. It's crazy, and you know, there's still a little bit of map control here from Yo on the right-hand side. He's pushed on down to do some raiding from this side. The game's kind of stalled. But Yo's still trying to push into these castles, and to get to this part of Mentalist's economy, he has to. I'm really interested to see if Mentalist is able to stop this now. With 61 villagers, he's still trying to reproduce vills. But Yo is being persistent, even with pikemen underneath the TC. And I'm also interested to see if Yo's going to be able to push this back against Byzantine's castles. And people were like, there's no way he can push back Byzantine's castles. Impossible, impossible. But honestly, I think he's done enough damage now where it's possible. It's possible. It's going to take a long time, for sure. But I think it's possible. Look at this. Mentalist, he's having to use villagers, guys. Villagers, which he does not have. He cannot afford to lose these villagers. This castle, there's 3 battering rams here. It's going to go down. And you know what? He might need to go back here, Mr. Yo, but he's finally taken one down. And those pikemen, they can't chase because of the skirmishers. Light cav coming in now, and they have a free path to raid. Great job from Mr. Yo, who continues to push in, and I think the game is getting close to being a GG here. Look at that. That Treb's going to be focused down by the light cav. Mr. Yo is literally everywhere. This has to be so demoralizing for Mentalist, who's trying to push in the Imperial Age. Those battering rams will be lost. There's no gold left on the map. So at this point, they're probably selling and trying to use their gold wisely, but it's just insane. Battering ram coming in. Mangonel's going to go down for Mentalist, losing some more gold. All of these villagers could go down. Mentalist at 49 vills, 6 idle. Forward siege workshop from Yo. On top of all of his forward buildings here. I can't wait to see the amount of resources collected for Yo, regardless of the result of this game, because it's got to be insane. But this could be a game-ending raid. Look at the amount of villagers here. Gonna be vills on the right-hand side potentially as well, and we're gonna see probably 5 vills down. Skirmishers picking off vills here. That villager could go down to that skirmisher and will. So many vills going down. Mentalist could go below 40, and there's the GG. Wow. Wow, let's just reflect on that for a moment. Mentalist witnessed the forward from Yo. Yo just piled on the pressure in the Castle Age, never even attempted to go up to the Imperial Age. Just mind-blowing. Byzantine's castles, Byzantine's buildings, and Yo was everywhere, picking off trebuchets against Byzantine's trash in the Imperial Age.
Presto.
And really just mind-blowing stuff. Now, Mentalist, of course, could have done a little bit better, I think, in certain areas, but Yo really was all over the place. And I'm not just saying that. Left-hand side, he split up his economy. When those castles came in, he just ran out here, cool under pressure. Right-hand side, he's here. He was over here as well. He was just everywhere. He was ever-present, and he deserved that game for sure. Let's take a look at the achievements before Game 3 starts. Mentalist with more kills, probably from the castles, to be honest. Largest army for Yo, more than double. The economy stats, look at that. The food, the wood, the stone, the gold even. And map exploration, obviously the Imperial Age upgrade, Yo never had. The vills, huge difference. And crazy game, guys. Next game's gonna